But if you close your eyes.
What's going on, guys? It's Adam from Beyond the Grid, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys how to take a photo like this and turn it into something like this. I know everybody on YouTube does a video like this, but you know what? Everyone doesn't take it to that extra step. They don't pull the photo into actual Photoshop, they don't add that bokeh and overlay, and they don't really show you guys how to do that part. All they do is make it teal and then make it pink. I mean, they look good, but they're missing that extra little bit. So in this tutorial I'm going to be copying a fellow photographer, Brandon Woelfel. This is his Instagram. This guy's got an amazing style. I love his photography. He uses a lot of teals, a lot of pinks, a lot of bright colors. He also uses a bokeh and overlay on his photos just to add that extra depth. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys two different things. One, I'm going to show you guys how to edit the photo. You can do it in either Lightroom or actual Photoshop. Two, I'm going to show you in Photoshop how to add a bokeh and overlay and just give it that extra depth. So if you guys need a bokeh and overlay, I'm going to leave a link in the description to one of mine. It's going to be free. Download it. You guys can use it on all your photos if you want. So I'm also going to leave a link in the description for a full package. It's going to be 22 of these bokeh and overlays. If you guys want to pick it up, go ahead. So let's jump into Lightroom and let's get started. Alright guys, to start with, we need to cool this photo down. Brandon uses a lot of blues and a lot of pinks in his photos, so we're going to go to temperature. We're going to drop this guy down to let's say about 31. We're going to raise the tint to about a 50, no, let's go higher, let's go 69. And then with contrast, we're going to drop that right down. Because Brandon doesn't use a lot of contrast in his photos, this is how we're going to get it. We're also going to balance that out later with blacks. Alright guys, raise the shadows, and we're also going to raise the whites. If you hold Option on a Mac keyboard, you can actually see what whites you're actually raising and how much of it. So we're going to go about there, let's go 64. Now we're going to drop our blacks, and that's going to contour what we did with the contrast. Clarity and vibrancy, we're going to leave where those are, and we're going to drop the saturation. We're going to drop it quite a bit. We're going to go down to about, let's say, minus 27. Tone curve, what we're going to do is we're going to bring up the bottom, kind of flatten out all the blacks, because a lot of Brandon's photos are like that. Then we're going to create a small S curve in it, with a deeper on the shadows. So let's go right about there. And then we're going to raise the highlights. Now we're going to come down to the hue, saturation, and luminancies. To get that cotton candy color look, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to drop our reds, drop our oranges, and kind of really change the color of the actual face there. We're going to drop our yellows as well, kind of make it a little more orange there. Our aquas are going to rise towards the blues, and our blues we're actually going to drive towards the aquas. That's how you get that really aqua look in the background there. And then our purples we're going to go right down to minus 100. And our magenta we're going to raise just a little bit, right about there. That looks pretty good. And then with saturation, we're not going to do too much. We're going to raise the aqua and really bring out the saturation of the aqua, but we're going to drop the blue, and that'll actually make the aqua pop even more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to raise our purples just a little bit, and our magenta just a tiny bit. Now with luminancy, we're not going to do too much. We're going to raise our aquas and make it more luminant, but then we're going to drop our blues, and what that'll do is actually raise our aquas because of what we did earlier in saturation. Then we're going to drop the purples just a little bit and drop the magentas even more. Now in the split tone, this is where we're going to fine tune that cotton candy look and really give it that cotton candy. So here we're going to find about 183, 185, and we're going to raise that up to about a 21. Then we're going to come down to our shadows, and we're going to find a 256, and then we're going to leave that at about a 16. Alright, then we're going to add a little bit of sharpening. And remember guys, if you hold Option while you're going masking, you can see what you're actually doing. And then we're going to add a vignette and really focus your eye onto her. Alright, in the shadow tint part of the calibration, most people think you need to go towards the magenta, but you actually got to go towards the green. This is how you get that cotton candy look. Now drop the red, raise the green, and then drop your aqua and your blue, kind of give it that more aqua look, and then raise your saturation in there. Alright, now that we're in Photoshop, I've pulled in the photo and the actual two Bohemian lights we're going to be using. So all we have to do is copy and paste these onto the photo. So copy and paste. we're going to actually stretch it out. So Command T, stretch it out, move it over to cover the entire thing, and hold Shift while you're actually stretching it. Make it uniform. Hit Enter. Go to the overlay type and choose light. Then we're going to go over the eraser, and we're going to erase the parts that are actually covering her face, because I mean, we want to see the person and not the being lights. Then repeat this with the second one, and you're pretty much done. But on this one, I actually just want a small piece of it, because I'm only going to cover that bottom left corner of the actual photo. So I'm going to Control C, make it a little bit bigger. Then I'm going to rotate it so it stands up, so it actually fills that left-hand bottom corner. Place it. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And let's move it around. Hit Enter, and then go over to the overlay type and choose Lighten again. Now, as you can see, guys, it still has that hard edge on where the actual photo was. So we're going to come over to your eraser, and we're going to use the soft brush, and we're going to come over and just slightly brush that down. It's a little less noticeable. This bottom circle, you pretty much, yeah, you got to get rid of the whole thing. And then let's move it down a little bit, and we're actually going to stretch it out, fill that area a little bit more. Oops, and stretch it out. Then we're going to move it down again and over. There we go. Alright guys, and there you guys go. An easy way to do that Brandon Woelfel look. If you guys found this video helpful in any way, help me out, hit that like button. If you guys aren't a subscriber, I mean, why not? Hit that subscribe button too, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.
All we ever